Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. This is part 2 of the new anniversary mission, Axiom. Let's go ahead and continue on. Director Hugh seems to have been, we're just going to say it as it is, seems to have basically been kidnapped by the Etherians. Also, this door makes noise. I don't know why one of the first doors we opened didn't make any noise. But okay. Yep, good thing they do make noise. So, yeah, we're trying to figure out what's going on there.
That's Director Hughes' other officer!
I'm guessing they tried to follow after.
Let's stabilize them and beam them out.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Okay.
Watch out!
Ooh.
Control Borg ahead! No match for us.
Damn. Kamarka, you did good there. I didn't even manage to actually kill one. Also, realistically, I should probably be using this special anti-Borg shotgun.
Unsurprisingly, this room is also on lockdown. We'll need to figure out how to move on without a recording of Tarsine Faye's console code. We could take a swift look around. Any insight into the Etherians could be valuable to us.
Let's do it.
What an incredible astrometrics laboratory. I never imagined Etherians to be galactic strategists, though.
Why wouldn't they be?
Perhaps they are less quick to trust others than I had originally thought.
If you have a galaxy-spanning empire, I mean, we're totally not saying that they have a galaxy-spanning empire. But if you did have a galaxy-spanning empire, you'd probably want to have some, strategic sense.
This star chart shows an array of interlinked gateways placed across a vast number of alternate dimensions. Fascinating. I haven't seen many other species use gateways as a means of transportation.
I have. You've never met them, but I have. I'll let you in on a secret, Kamarke. Their name starts with an I and ends in Onion. Kind of getting the same vibes here. After the great cybernetic onslaught, the doctrine too evolved. Military tactics no longer concerned themselves with redacted, as those who could not see the light were redacted. Instead, the all-knowing ether has brought us countless victories, some more noteworthy than others. Redacted, target species proved to be, text continues. The rest is untranslatable. I imagine, well, this one, we have a bit of a hard time figuring out what it was supposed to be. But this is no longer concerned themselves with losses, maybe? As those who could not see the light were killed? I don't know, something like that, probably. Oh, server not responding. I'm still connected to the internet, so Cryptic servers, well, I guess technically Deca now. Died for some reason. See if they recover at all. Yep, server dropped. Let's see where this is gonna have us picking up. Hopefully it's not too far back, because I don't really care to repeat too much. Okay, I'm gonna pause here and we'll be right back when we picked up before. Okay, we are basically right back where the game's server crashed. Okay, let's try this again. The rest is untranslatable.
Cybernetic onslaught. It seems these military texts describe the battle the Ethereans fought against the Borg, as well as other civilizations. This retelling is much less grim than I would have imagined. Didn't they say the Borg decimated their entire universe? Perhaps the military texts hold the key to our exit.
Oh, maybe. Let's see. Let's go with Yad Namad.
That didn't work. Let's try the other option.
Okay, I don't recall early Axlodar being mentioned at all, but okay, sure.
That's it. Well done.
Through unity we are strong.
Lead the way. Rogue security system constructs up ahead. Let's keep moving.
Okay.
Look out! Control Borg heading our way. They must be beaming in from other sections of the ship. Are these Etherean living quarters? Oddly enough, it sort of looks familiar.
Okay, Titrion dual pistols, sure.
Look out! Control Borg heading our way!
It's supposed to be anti-Borg, why do I gotta remodulate it?
Personal shield losing power.
Okay, some armor that I will not be using anyway. God damn, that door was loud.
Oh
Yes.
my!
Not
It's a whole wall of Grendot Bexes. But why?
It's not creepy at all.
Perhaps this is how Ethereans honor their fallen.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Let's see. Okay, that's got a model number. It's Grendot Nick. Grendot Shri. Grendot Jean. Grendot Joe. Grendot Rog. Another Grendot Joe. Oh, that one's J-O-E rather than J-O-H. Gen.Jess. Jess. Gen.Pow. Gen.Rio. Jus. Bex. Anne, Sko, Gia, Jad, Tim, Matt, Jer, Al, Sus, Mal, Trav. Oh, that one's 4. I think most of these are 3. Trav, you're special. I don't know. Kyle? I don't know. Mick. And oh, another one with 4. You're special as well. Accolade for Grendot Best. Sure, I will stick with that, I guess.
I'm picking up life signs nearby. Admiral Kumar K to the Rescava, requesting an immediate status report.
Admiral Kumarke, this is Ensign Varunte reporting in. We've got a lock on your position. Who should we send in?
My crew should be enough.
Understood. I'll send the coordinates over to your team. They should be with you soon.
Copy that, Ensign Varunte.
And Ensign? Tell them to be careful, please. This ship is packed with Borg.
And a rogue security system.
It seems the Etherians use these energy portals to get from one level of their ship to the next. I wonder how many there are aboard the Harmony.
And what they lead to. Also, they look vaguely Iconian. Gateway in nature.
In any case, this Etherian portal is already open.
Oh, here goes nothing. I'm sure there's absolutely zero reason as to why they would have portals on their ships that look vaguely Iconian Gateway. I'm sure there's a perfectly logical explanation for it that does not scream Iconians.
Admiral Kumarke, this is Ensign Varunte. Did the crew make it?
They did, and not a moment too soon, Varunte. I'm picking up life signs further ahead on this deck of the ship. Localized interference makes them hard to identify, but it could be Director Hugh and Tassine Fey.
Let's go.
I'll be right behind you.
So, you said that they made it a little bit too soon. Just a little too soon.
It seems there are no data nodes in this room. And still no signs of Director Hugh or Tassine Fey. Without the recordings and console codes, we'll need to rely on environmental information alone to move forward.
Agreed, I'll look around.
Let's try the console at the end of the room. Neurodrills? Hydroponics pods? Is this a sick bay or a science lab?
Well, it seems more hydroponics than anything.
Nothing here. We'll have to keep looking. Rogue security system incoming! Our console interaction must have activated them. They're stronger than the last ones!
Yeah, a little bit.
Well done. Quite the interruption. Now, where were we?
We're about to check another console. With minigame. Through redacted, we are redacted. Another Ethereum axiom, but redacted.
It does seem like a line from Tassine Fey's axiom. Through harmony we are secure, through unity we are strong. Perhaps the redactions are an added security measure. The words seem to have been superimposed with others that cannot be translated. Not unlike a palimpsest. But if this line reads anything like the other two, then I'm not sure why a redaction is needed.
I don't recall a third line.
Me neither. Not in any of my interactions with Tassin Fey. Either way, this unfortunately doesn't help us unlock the door.
Right, let's keep looking. The axiom is law, the axiom is life. Though the Aether prescribes it, it cannot be denied that our extensive studies of other species has made a significant contribution to our doctrine, and for that, the Aether rewards us with ascension. The Tal Shiar, or Tal Share? Or no, I guess it is, I think it is Tal Shiar, in particular served as. The rest is missing. Why are they talking about the Tal Shiar?
This is a partial biomedical display of Etherian energy readings. These readings indicate the presence of enhanced sensory organs, regenerative internal probes, and an energy-based core. It looks like the Etherian anatomical composition is 70% biological, 30% mechanical, and the rest of the data is missing. Strange.
It's nanites. I'm sure. Especially considering that we've got two very clearly Borg things just sitting right in front of us. Well, let's log the data and move on.
Perhaps there's another console in this room that contains the access code to the door. Heads up! Rogue security system incoming again! Predictable, I suppose.
You said it, not me.
They've upped their offensive, likely due to a perceived increase in threat level aboard the ship.
Hello there, I didn't see you.
Oh, I'm glad that's over. Let's try another console.
Okay, let's try the one right by the door then.
That's it! The door is open!
That seemed a little too easy.
I'm detecting a life sign. Cognitive functions are compatible with the cooperative Borg. We're getting closer. What is this place? Look! It's Director Hugh! We better check his vitals.
Yes, let's.
The Director's life signs are stable, but he's been put into a stasis. Scans show the pods are equipped with an integrated dispenser valve and a medical interface connected to the ship's console system. We should be able to wake the Director up by using a console command to activate the pod's dispenser. We just need to modify the output to release some sort of powerful stimulant.
What about cortisine? Or cordrazine?
That would do it.
I'll get started.
Look out! It's the Etherian security system! Scanning the Director's pod must have alerted them.
Oh, that's the Voyager rifle. Okay. God, that thing sounds like it's got a lot of punch to it, but it doesn't actually do that much damage.
We can hardly catch a break, can we? Let's activate the pod's dispenser. Excellent. The cord resine should kick in shortly.
Let's get the director out.
It looks like getting out of this pod from the inside is the tricky part. From out here, it should be relatively simple.
That seems like a design oversight unless you're planning to use these as, like, a prison. Agreed, a localized EMP burst would do.
Excellent idea. Not my speciality, though, I'm afraid. Indeed, we could target the control panel with a localized EMP to fry the locking mechanism. We could also recalibrate the control panel to bypass security parameters altogether.
Or try deciphering the access code.
The choice is yours.
Well, since I'm tactical, our only option is a EMP blast,
Let's give it a try.
which for some reason has to be done on this console all the way over here, despite that that's the console next to him that evidently we had to use to introduce the drugs to wake him up. Yeah, let's just ignore that, I guess.
That's it! We can open the pod. Director Hugh, are you okay?
Where are my officers?
They're safe. They're on the Rescava. We beamed them out, but we've yet to find Tassin
Forget Faye. We need to get off this ship. I'm worried about Tassin Faye too, but not the way you are. The Ethereans? They've been lying to us. Here, look.
It's the missing data from the Etherean lab.
Oh, that doesn't look great.
Through harmony, we are secure.
These biosigns.
Through unity, we are strong.
I don't understand. They're consistent with...
Borg.
Yes. But also,
Through fusion, we are victorious.
Iconians.
look out! Getting away!
What was that?
A problem for later. Its escape has triggered some kind of red alert. Shields are up.
Damn, there goes our plan of beaming out.
There might be another way. Not the way I'd usually greet an ally of your distinction, but I suppose this is somewhat of a unique situation. I'll save the details of my gratitude for later. Needless to say, I owe you one. As for our escape plan, the Ray's shields do pose a problem. However, during my brief time aboard the Etherean ship, I learned that beaming out might not be the only option at our disposal.
Before we continue on, I just want to say this. How does the quote go? I sure hope somebody picks up that phone, because I called it. Granted, realistically, people have been calling it since basically the introduction of the Ethereans, that they just seem way too nice and vaguely look kind of Iconian. Although, admittedly now a lot of people think, well, maybe they're more of like the, not the actual Iconians, the little one, the Harbingers or whatever that they would often summon and send out to fight. But nonetheless, still Iconian related-ish. But yeah, people have been calling this, and surprise, surprise, it's not actually a surprise. As the player, It's not a surprise in the slightest. People, like I said, had been calling this basically since the start. Well, we learned a few things, Admiral Kamarke.
Right. The Harmony's wall structures act as data nodes that store recordings of past events that have happened aboard the ship. We reverse engineered the nodes in order to play them back, much like a holo recording.
Actually, Director, your neutralization was the last recording we watched.
Your creativity is commendable. Well, however daunting that must have seemed, Tassine Faye's neutralization wasn't as effective as she'd hoped. It looks like the Etherians don't know enough about liberated Borg biology to knock us out entirely. Not yet, anyway. While I was being carried through the Etherian lab, slipping in and out of consciousness, I managed to send out a nanoprobe I had pre-programmed to scout for situational intel.
The missing data from the science lab.
Correct. This nanoprobe retrieves key data that is considered either useful or harmful. In this case, that included the hybrid Borg and Iconian biological composition of the Etherians, which the probe classified as potentially harmful. However, that's not all. The nanoprobe also detected massive energy spikes coming from a room on this level, up ahead. The energy type is consistent with the one emitted by the ship's portals. My guess is gateway technology.
An Iconian gateway.
It could be Iconian. Hard to say. Your guess is as good as mine. Most importantly, my intelligence suggests the Etherians are not on their side. Or ours. At least not for now.
For now?
Well, as a liberated Borg, or XB, as we used to call ourselves, I have hope that any civilization or individual might be open to reform. If they are anything like the Borg, or ancient Iconians we know of, then there might be a way to help them. But this isn't a hypothesis I'll live to test out if we don't get moving. That's a lesson I learned the hard way on another mission. So let's table this talk for a safer environment.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here before more pots explode.
That thing that got away kind of reminds me of the husks from Mass Effect. I'm just gonna say it. It really does.
The Harmony's defenses have locked the path behind us. The only way onward is forward.
Copy that, Director.
Call me Hugh. I've spent far too many stardates as a nameless.
Hugh it is. What are those?
Assimilation pods. Heads up! We got company.
Fighting them feels wrong. I thought we were allies.
Typically, I recommend setting phasers to stun, but that's a dance with assimilation I'd rather avoid, Admiral.
Understandable.
Another hostile wave of Etherians incoming. Your reputation precedes you. Well done.
Let's stay away from the
All right,
probably freeze you in place circles. Yep, that's a Borg, all right. Same there. Got the very, black and blue goop going through them, so those definitely look to be control Borg, I'd say. Most normal Borg are, I don't think we typically actually see any of that stuff on them. If we do, it's, I think, green, but generally I don't think we see any of that stuff, so yeah, no, that definitely looks like control Borg. That's exactly what we
My
want to see.
nanoprobe is detecting elevated levels of gamma radiation nearby.
Sounds good. Let's see. Okay, that looks to be a reactor of some sort.
Harmony's core.
Granddad Bex!
One of a dozen.
The Ethereans have lowered some sort of fractal containment fields blocking our path.
Leave it to me. I've become quite the expert on Etherean security systems.
Understood. We'll keep the Ethereans at bay in the meantime.
Resist and you shall crumble. Accept and you shall ascend.
Another one? This influx seems endless. How's it looking, Admiral?
Almost there.
Move. Gotta move. Did you just smack that one?
The fractal containment field has been lowered.
Incredible.
Collaboration is fruitful. Why such discord in the face of harmony?
He is teleporting away.
Good.
That's our chance. Let's get out of here.
I hope you're right about that gateway technology. A magnetic containment field protecting a cube-shaped reactor core.
Looks familiar, right? If only my tour had started in this room.
Quite the display for a reactor core. It must be important to them.
Did not mean to turn.
Trapped again. It did seem too easy.
Very much so.
You're right, Hugh. These Granddad Bexes are beaming in with no end in sight.
There must be another way to defeat them.
I have a plan, but it's risky.
Oh, all plans are risky.
If we lower its containment field, we could fire at the reactor core to initiate a breach.
What about the gamma radiation leaking into the room, and the potential loss of life aboard the ship?
I'm willing to bet that putting the core at risk will initiate an emergency power transfer protocol.
That seems
This would
reasonable.
divert all main energy back to the core's containment field, interrupting Etherean transporters.
And likely divert power from the fractal containment fields too. A hell of a plan, Admiral.
And we'd have to backtrack into the room to carry it out.
A risk worth taking. Let's do it.
I'll get to work on this fractal containment field. The field has been lowered.
You're already working on it. Why'd you act like you weren't working on it already?
Let's act quickly. The Ethereans aren't messing around.
I'm on it. Cover me. Reconfiguring security parameters.
Flanking damage detected.
How much longer, Admiral?
10 seconds.
You've got 5.
Done. The magnetic containment field has been lowered. Target the reactor core. Radiation levels are rising. We need to leave.
Let's go.
The control panel is malfunctioning. Cover me. I just need a couple of seconds.
Your second life awaits you, Hugh.
There, it's open. Where's Hugh?
There's something I need to do.
Radiation levels are too high. We need to leave. Emergency systems might seal this section off. This could be our last chance.
I know. That's why you should go ahead without me.
You can't save him, Hugh.
I know, but if I can get through, for even just a second, then it's worth a shot. I have to try.
Damn. We can't leave him behind.
Can't?
Grendat Bex, that's your name, right? Where's Tassine Faye?
We are Grendat Bex. We are Tessine Faye. We are all at once, and soon you shall be too.
I'd rather die than be reassimilated.
It is the only way. Uprisers shall be quelled. Deniers shall be fused. You must join us. You must ascend.
Listen, it doesn't have to be like this. My people have the means to restore your freedom.
You misunderstand. We are free. We have long been freed from the shackles of Iconian rigor, and we have taken what serves us best from the Borg. We are evolved.
See, the trouble is, I think you think you're free, but you're not. Everything you're saying right now, that sounds an awful lot like a collective I used to be a part of. You think you don't have a choice, but if you ask me, you've just forgotten how to choose.
You are mistaken. We do not choose the ether. It chooses us. We follow its path.
Well, a wise man once told me, even when you think you don't have a choice, there always is one. I might not be able to help you now, but maybe I'll be able to help you one day. No one is beyond redemption.
We need to leave now.
I'm sorry. Follow me.
I'm actually gonna swap out for something a bit more fast firing.
Incredible. An entire bay of gateways.
Yep.
Admiral Kumarke, I've been told your scientific expertise lies in stellar stabilization and planetary restoration. How do you fare with gateway stabilization and remodulation?
Well, the two don't exactly seem all that related, but I think you're in luck, somehow.
You are in luck. These aren't too dissimilar from the Duret system gateway we encountered recently. I should be able to modify one of the gateway's frequencies to match the coordinates of our ships.
In the meantime, let's call for more backup.
Perfect. In the meantime, I'll send out a call to the cooperative for additional backup. If my earlier distress signal worked, then the Yasutake should already be waiting for my return.
Let's hope it did.
The Rescava is on standby.
Ready when you are.
Right. I'll get started on the gateway.
Heads up! More hostile Etherians incoming.
Through harmony, we are secure.
Thank you. That crew is like right on me.
Through unity, we are strong.
Enemy command
Through fusion, we are victorious.
Small little sliver here. Got grabbed. Damn it. Quit targeting things like random shield generators that somehow magically become our friend.
Gateway is active.
Okay, Hugh, let's talk.
Nicely done, Admiral Kumarke. Well, no time to waste. Let's see if this gateway takes us to our ships as intended. See you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
Glad to see you made it in one piece. Let's check in with the Rescava.
Admiral Kumarke, do you copy?
Loud and clear. It's good to see you both back on your ships. But this isn't over quite yet. The Harmony is hailing us.
On screen.
Friends, this truly has been a grave misunderstanding.
Talcine Fay, your eyes.
Remnants of our Iconian heritage, yes.
You hid your true form from us. Why?
To protect you from your own assumptions, of course. For your own benefit, on your path to a greater truth. The only truth. We seek not to harm you, but to welcome you. As we eventually did with the Borg, we stand on the precipice of a new era, led by the Ether.
The Ethereans almost killed us. This is a violation of our allyship.
It does not have to be. Today's events are a testament to our strength in dealing with unforeseen adversity. We are now sure than ever that we can be more than allies. We can be one. Do you not recall our axiom? Through harmony, we are secure. Through unity, we are strong. Through fusion, we are victorious.
That last line was never included in the Axiom.
Was it not? Our mistake.
I find that hard to believe.
There must be a diplomatic way forward, even after today. Tassin Fay, my people and I, we can help you. The Cooperative advocates for the freed Borg. Our reclamation methods are consistently evolving and improving, and yet the core of our mission remains the same. A liberated Borg does not rid themselves of their past. They simply dare to challenge it.
Tassin Fay, I strongly suggest you consider this offer. It might be the only chance you get before the galaxy turns against you for your duplicity.
Last chance, Faye.
The galaxy will turn against itself long before it turns against us. We will watch from afar as factions burn and tear each other apart. It is foretold. The Ether will be ready to welcome those who survive.
We won't let that happen.
Your rejection of perfection is disappointing. We were hoping you would see the light. But you are not the first friends of ours who have refused ascension. Like everyone else from our dimension, you shall undergo fusion. It is inevitable.
If that's perfection, then I'd rather be perfectly imperfect. You deceived us.
We learned from the best. We have been watching you for centuries. It is a shame that all of this ends now. Your individuality has been most intriguing. But it is useless nonetheless. Soon, we shall be fused. And you will know perfection.
Not a chance. Bridge red alert.
Your ship is compromised, Tassin Fay. Stand down. Friends. You are no friend to me. Friends do not force others to join the collective.
Core shields failing. Right shield failing.
Looks like the Ethereans also called for backup.
Yep. They got a battleship there.
The Harmony
That didn't last long.
Damn it.
Rear shields failing.
The Harmony's repairs are nearing completion. Brace yourselves.
Target's shield has failed.
Their ships are kind of weak.
The Harmony is disengaging.
Quick, tractor it.
Reality vortices? I thought only the Mirror Borg used those.
Let her go. This is just the beginning.
Control Borg incoming. Tossing fate let them through a reality vortex.
I don't know, it kind of looked like they opened their own.
Help after all. More deception.
Was
Target's
this
shield
an
has failed.
Etherean ploy all along? Control Borg spilling into our universe as a complication and a cover-up?
Rear shield failing.
Another wave of Control Borg incoming!
Target's shield has failed.
Our records suggest getting others to do their dirty work is a well-known Iconian practice.
Good to know.
Core shield.
Yeah, Marco wasn't there for that period.
I'm impressed. The fight's not over yet.
Vortices are closing!
Otherwise, she'd have known. Probably realized these guys were a little bit fishy.
Some more backup on our side.
Target's shield.
Not really. We're doing fine.
I've made the call. Any moment
Core
now.
shields failing.
Outside of my shields not being able to tank stuff, because the shields just can't tank stuff in this game once you reach a certain point.
This reminds me of a friend of mine.
Doubly so against the Borg.
You know, for an answer.
We're doing perfectly fine, even if my shields aren't. I don't think we needed the help.
Hull integrity below 75%.
Ouch. Okay, that hurt.
Backup arriving just in time never hurts. However, Tassine Faye is still out there somewhere, and what she said about the galaxy turning against itself may be true. Reports of Borg incursions are multiplying by the stardate, with an unusual increase in infighting amongst Control, Mirror, and Prime Borg.
Well, that last bit doesn't sound too bad. Cooperative negotiator looks like an interesting little ship. Let's not forget the creature that escaped from the Harmony.
Right. We may well and truly be on the precipice of a new era, as Tassine Faye said, one of a multiversal war.
What is that? Culturator? Never heard that term before. Where do we go from here?
For now, let's return to safety and regather our strength. More Ethereans could arrive unannounced at any moment. I will mask our warp signatures so we can return safely. A little trick I picked up during my unfortunate time in captivity many years ago. Once we're out of harm's way, I'll contact you to send over any information the Cooperative has on the Ethereans.
We'll stand by for an update.
Oh, before you leave, I wanted to thank you for coming to my aid. There was a time in which a person like you might have left a liberated Borg like me behind. I'm touched to see this is no longer the case. Though we are no longer the most despised people in the galaxy, forging alliances is still a delicate endeavor for us. This means a lot to me, and the cooperative.
Glad we could help.
Today was eventful, to say the least. But I'm thankful I had you by my side through it all. We make quite the team. It only pains me that Tassine Faye was never really part of it.
Looks like the Tholians were right about them.
Yes, the Tholians never really took to the Ethereans, did they? In any case, I must return so I can forward Director Hughes' intel to the Lucari Concordium when I receive it. Reporting the possibility of a multiversal war with the Borg to our superiors will be an interesting conversation. I wish you the best of luck.
Although I don't think the thing that caused the Tholians to not take to the Etherians was that they knew the Etherians were Iconian. I'm pretty sure it has more to do with them just really not liking people jumping between dimensions and time travel and things like that. So I don't think it was like the Tholians knew the Etherians were actually Iconians or had some sort of relation to the Iconians in their dimension. And I think I referred to them as Harbingers before. Heralds is the term I was looking for. If I recall correctly, that was the name of the little dudes that the Iconians would generally summon when you were fighting them. The bigger little dudes is probably the better way, because there was also the little dudes that they would summon. But nonetheless, let's go home. Engage. Somebody hit the parking brake.
Did your warp out also malfunction? How odd. This happened to me recently on another Lucari ship. I'll be sure to report it. Let's try that again. Stay safe out there.
Yep, let's try again. I'm pretty sure I didn't do it today, right? Yeah, no. Thought so, because I was planning to record. Just had to double check so I'd actually get the credit for it.
Here's the intel we gathered on the Etherians. It appears they are alternate universe Iconians who fused with the Borg to forgo assimilation, an event as yet unheard of. Their advanced Iconian technology and knack for deception has also been cause for great concern. Multiple reports of cooperative ship malfunctions after first contact with the Etherians have now surfaced. Lastly, during my time aboard the Harmony, I overheard Tassine Faye speak of the creature that escaped. I activated my translator just in time to hear her call it the Chimeran specimen. That's all I have for now. I'll reach out if anything changes. Do not hesitate to do the same, should you need us.
Sounds good. The Lions were right. Yes, they were. Well, that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time, which should be for the summer? Yeah, summer sounds right. Content release. I believe that tends to happen around like July-ish, I want to say. Something like that. Don't quote me. But yeah, it's going to be a few months. It's going to be a few months at least. But nonetheless, yeah, this is... Said it before, say it again. Everybody knew we were going to get backstabbed at some point. It was just a question of what the nature of that would be. And again, people had already been saying, you know, these guys look kind of like Iconians. So, yeah. Yeah, they do. And as it turns out, they do have a relation to the Iconians in their dimension. But like I said, some of the more recent talk seems to point to, and I agree with it for the most part, that these probably aren't actually Iconians. These are probably their heralds that they would usually summon, because the Iconians that we've seen always sort of had thin heads. These guys don't exactly have thin heads. They're a bit more wide, almost look like football heads. If you ever watched Hey Arnold, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so realistically, these are probably going to be heralds. Speculation abounds as to exactly why these guys, probably a case of they might have worked with the Borg to overthrow the Iconians potentially. Maybe in their universe, the relationship between the Iconians and the Heralds wasn't quite as good as it was in ours. And so, as a result, they ended up deciding to overthrow the Iconians, maybe, and they got the assistance of the Borg to do so. We'll figure it out, I guess, maybe. Probably. I don't know if they'll touch on that stuff. I mean, they also haven't really touched too much upon... I feel like they didn't quite touch on it enough for the way Kumarke sort of got counseling, basically, by Tassine Faye in a cutscene, I want to say 2 missions back. I think it was at the end of the mission where we got turned into a Borg, so... Yeah, I want to say it was taken by surprise. So actually 3 missions back. I want to say this is the one where we got turned into a Borg. No, actually, no. I think it was Scorpion's Abyss, now that I think about it. I think it was actually Scorpion's Abyss. So two missions back. Whatever the case, whichever one of these it was that we got turned into a Borg. If memory serves me correctly, at the end of the mission or thereabouts, we basically see Kumarke and Tassine Faye talking, and Tassine Faye is basically acting like a counselor in a sense for Kumarke to help her get over all of it. But nonetheless, yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Till then, goodbye and farewell.